All right, let's get right into it. Meta, the giant behind Facebook and Instagram, is making this huge, multi-billion-dollar bet on the future. And it all comes down to a massive pivot. So today, we're going to break down this huge strategic shift and really get to the bottom of what's happening behind all the headlines. It all kicks off with this number right here, 8,000. That's the number of employees Meta is laying off. Now, this isn't just some minor tweak. This is the company's biggest workforce reduction since 2023. And really, it's a massive signal that something really fundamental is changing deep inside the company. So, how's the CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, framing this whole thing? Well, he's not calling it a failure. He's calling it a strategic necessity. You can see in the quote, it's all about aligning with emerging technological trends. And that tells you everything you need to know. This isn't just about cutting costs. It's about completely re-engineering the company for whatever comes next. Okay, so first, let's dive into the immediate fallout from this decision. The impact on both the people who are leaving and the business that's left behind. So for the folks who are affected, Meta has a process laid out. First, there's the notification. Then they get severance packages and support to help them find their next role. But look at that third step. That's the really interesting part. A renewed hiring push specifically for AI roles. This just shows you, clear as day, they're not just cutting, they are reallocating every resource they have toward this new priority. So, who's actually on the chopping block? Well, it's not the key engineering teams. It's people in what the company is now calling non-core units. Teams that were working on legacy projects and general operations and support. Basically, any role that isn't directly plugged into their new, super-focused AI strategy. And that right there brings us to the real heart of the story. Because this isn't just about downsizing. Nope. It's about a radical, full-on change in direction. It's Meta's great AI pivot. Just look at this comparison. It tells the whole story. For the past few years, all we heard about was the metaverse, right? Now, AI is officially the #1 driver of growth. The company is shifting from hiring for broad, general tech roles to hunting for highly specialized AI talent. We're talking about a complete strategic overhaul. So what does focusing on AI really mean for a company like Meta? Well, it means pouring a ton of money into building their own large language models. The engines that power generative AI. It means supercharging those recommendation algorithms that decide everything you see on Facebook and Instagram. And it means weaving AI into the DNA of all its apps, which, by the way, is going to completely change how you use them. But you gotta remember, Meta isn't doing this in a bubble. They're making this move because they are in an absolute sprint against some of the biggest, most powerful companies on the planet. I mean, check out this competitive landscape. You've got Google and Microsoft, both just pouring billions into generative AI and cloud tech. Meta is trying to position itself to go head-to-head with them. They're focusing on language models and their one big advantage, those incredibly powerful recommendation algorithms that run their social networks. This is a crazy high-stakes race, and Meta is basically shedding weight so that it can run faster.
And that's the thing. We've been talking a lot about Meta, but this story, it's actually way bigger than just one company.
Because what we're seeing play out at Meta is really just a reflection of a massive industry-wide transformation. It's something that's redefining the entire tech world as we know it. These kinds of layoffs and big strategic pivots, they're becoming the new normal all across the industry. As AI and automation get more and more sophisticated, companies are basically forced to reorganize themselves around this new reality. In this super competitive environment, it's seen as a step you just have to take to innovate and survive. So when you strip away all the jargon and the headlines, what's this really all about? Well, it boils down to one single goal and one massive billion-dollar question. The official business goal is pretty simple. Make operations leaner, get more efficient, and at the end of the day, deliver more value to shareholders. By slashing costs in the old parts of the business and investing everything into the high-growth world of AI, Meta is banking that it can secure its financial future and its spot at the top of the tech food chain. And that leaves us with this, the final, crucial question. Meta is betting the entire farm on becoming an AI-first company. Is it going to pay off? Well, only time will tell if this huge pivot will make them a dominant leader for the next decade, or if it will end up being a major misstep in the great AI race.